Good morning, students. As we were discussing in our previous video, we completed our chapter 1 and we discussed everything related to the living world. Now we are going to start with the chapter 2, and your chapter 2 deals with the name of your chapter is the biological classification. Right? So biological classification. Right? Here we will we will discuss the different classifications given by different scientists, right? So we will discuss here that how different organisms are classified, how they are kept in different kingdom on the basis of similar or contrasting characteristics, right? So the biological classification, there are so many classification given in this your chapter, but we will move one by one. So the first type of classification which was given first was two kingdom classification. Two kingdom classification. As we know that kingdom is the highest category in the taxonomic hierarchy, right? Kingdom is the highest category. We have learned about starting from the species till the kingdom. So kingdom is the highest taxonomic category. So two kingdom classification was given, and in this classification the division was done like the plant kingdom. One kingdom was the plant kingdom and another one was the animal kingdom. So all the organisms, the plants they were kept in the plant kingdom and the animals were kept in the animal kingdom. So there were again so many contrasting features. The plants, those were showing the similarity. There are around so many features on the basis of which all the plants were kept in plant kingdom, as there the similarity in the morphology or external features. There were so many features. Similarly, the animal kingdom, again the animals were categorized in the animal kingdom. So this was two kingdom classification because only two kingdoms were there. But this kingdom of classification was having so many loopholes. We can't categorize all the plants with such a high variety and such a high variation in the species in a single kingdom only. So there arises a need of, this was the first. So another one was the three kingdom classification. So the second one was the three kingdom classification. Now in this, as the name is indicating, that another kingdom was included, we can say. First was the plant kingdom, right? And second one was again the same, the animal kingdom, right? And another one more kingdom was added, and that was Protista, right? Protista. The included group was algae, fungi, etc. These were included over in Protista. Means in Protista all those organisms were not included, which shows the tissue difference level of organization. Right? Now again, this was not a complete classification. So again a system of classification was given, and that was four kingdom classification. Four kingdom classification. And in this, again, rest of the three were similar. The plant kingdom, PK, animal kingdom, Protista, and one more kingdom was included, and that was Monera. And what was the basic difference? That in Monera, what we were going to discuss on the basis of nucleus. In Monera was considered all the prokaryotic organisms were included in Monera, right? And the eukaryotes were included in Protista. So you can see that now as we are moving downwards or upwards, as the discoveries were going on, we were just trying to categorize the different organisms on the basis of certain characteristics. Now here in plant and animal kingdom, the unicellular organism, the multicellular organism, the prokaryotes, the eukaryotes, every kind of plant the organisms were included only in one kingdom. So that is not correct. So again, the eukaryotes were under Protista and prokaryotes in Monera, and also fungi was kept in plant kingdom. Right? So these were the the four kingdom classification. But the type of classification which we follow is fourth is 5 kingdom classification. Right? 5 kingdom classification. So this classification was given by Whitaker, right? And he gave the five system classification on the basis of certain characteristics. What the characteristics were taken into consideration? First was the cell structure, right? Then was the mode of nutrition, right? And then was body organization, right? And then was the phylogenetic relationship among the individual and the process of reproduction, right? So these were the changes these were the characteristics which were taken into consideration before categorizing all the organism into kingdoms. The first was the structure of the cell, mode of nutrition, organization of a body, then phylogenetic and the reproduction, how it is going on. Now, so the kingdom of classification which he gave was Plantae similar, animal kingdom was there, Protista, Monere was there, and another kingdom was included, and that was separate kingdom, was he included the fungi, right? So he included the fungi, the fifth very part, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here in 4 kingdom classification, fungi was kept under the plant kingdom. But what Whitaker did, that fungi in itself, he made a separate kingdom. So according to Whitaker, the 5 kingdoms were given, starting with the Plantae, animal kingdom, Protista, Monera, these 4 were the same, and the last kingdom which he included was that of the fungi. So this is how the improvement or how the discoveries were going on, and how we were increasing our knowledge, that how we can categorize the different organisms in separate kingdoms according to the different characteristics, right? So this was all regarding the kingdom classification, and now we will in my next video I will start with these 3 different kingdoms, starting from the Monera, Protista, fungi, animal and the plant kingdom. So we will start one by one discussing all the kingdoms. Thank you, class.